the authorities in revolutionary China are spraying something over the cities, over the protesters, of course. And I'll leave a link below for you for this article. It's in Greek, but there's a lot of Instagram, Twitter videos. The last one has to do with the drones spraying over the people at night. On Sunday, November 27, a flood of live streams appeared on YouTube promising an imminent revolution in China. We're very wary of the revolutions with flags and flowers, but the footage coming out of China can't help but warm the hearts of revolutionaries. Astronauts also get it in daylight. What does that mean? As there are over 2 billion Chinese in the world, and it's difficult to capture them all at once, the police are the first to blame the cameramen who tried to film this historic event. Tiananmen 2.0 type of thing. Along the way, armored vehicles in space-colored camouflage enter the cities. However, when from the soap opera video it's clear that things are heating up and Comrade Xi Jinping is not sleeping well in the Chinese Kremlin, we used to not see revolutions in China, but now we are seeing a new kind of revolution. So when people planned a revolution in Moscow, they took out the football players, the nationalists, the Chechik Moscow intellectuals who worship Mrs. Novodvorskaya almost from the whole country one by one. 5,000 of them would stand quiet in Bolotnaya, and the liberals would wave their hands and happily prove that there were not 5 but 6. In general, it's impossible to shake Muscovy. Even if the Moldovians are liked, they will stand there and howl. However, there are so many people in China, they cannot fit into any Bolotnaya square, and that's why they gather around businesses, around universities, or in courtyards in small groups of 10-20,000 people. The top protests are now in Shanghai, but the boldest people are rebelling in Wuhan. They say this is where it happened in Wuhan, it started in Wuhan, this is where it's going to end, in Wuhan. They're talking about the lockdowns for the zero COVID policy that China has. So the boldest people are rebelling in Wuhan, where the communists have really pissed off the world. The shots of the fence are gorgeous. However, there is something about all of this that makes observers uncomfortable. The Chinese communists have certainly put a lot of thought into fighting the pandemic by spraying germs with all kinds of substances, but this drone spraying is very strange. And as I said, you'll see it in the last video. I can't have images of that on here because of the fact that I don't want to have a copyright strike. Now, you'll see the last video has the drone spraying things over the cities at night. And it's very strange spraying. The payload there is not much. At best, an UAV dragging a container that 2 young men could lift. There are already thousands of youths roaming around every city, spraying poison in their faces. And here we have some pedestrians spraying small doses from great heights, and all this against the background of the protests. It's not really clear what's going on. Maybe they spray some psychotropic drugs to control the psychology, to suppress the crowd, or vice versa, to cheer them up. Or maybe some poisonous substance or germs are sprayed so that the protesters don't have time to protect and go on sick leave with a fever. They have no time to protest but go on sick leave with a fever. As the situation develops, the Chinese are likely to report, perhaps shoot down some of the bombers with a slingshot. So let's stay tuned. This is from the big one, and I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. There's a number of very good videos here. The last one has to do with the drone spraying over the cities. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.